The Midnight Abyss. In the small town of Ravenwood, nestled among the mountains, there existed a legend that had haunted the locals for generations. It was said that at midnight, when the moon was high and the wind howled through the deserted streets, an abyss would open in the heart of the forest. The Midnight Abyss was a place feared by all. No one dared venture near it except for the foolish and the desperate. It was whispered that anyone who came too close would hear voices murmuring in their minds, promising dark secrets and forbidden desires. A young man named Ethan didn't believe in these stories. He was an outsider, newly arrived in Ravenwood, seeking answers about the disappearance of his older brother. Lucas had gone out to explore the forest and never returned. Ethan was determined to uncover the truth. On the night of the full moon, he followed the narrow trail that led to the Midnight Abyss. The wind hissed through the trees, and the dry leaves formed a macabre carpet under his feet. When he reached the edge of the abyss, Ethan felt an evil presence. The air crackled with electricity, and the stars seemed distant and indifferent. He looked into the abyss and saw a deep darkness, as if hell itself had opened before him. The voices began. Soft whispers, almost inaudible. Ethan clenched his fist and ignored the fear. He stepped closer to the edge and peered down. The abyss seemed endless, as if it led to another world. That's when he heard the call, a raspy, seductive voice promising answers and redemption. Ethan hesitated for a moment, but the memory of Lucas pushed him forward. He leaped. The fall was swift and never-ending. The wind roared in his ears and the voices grew louder. Ethan saw distorted images of his past, secrets he'd rather forget. He screamed, but his voice was lost in the darkness. When he finally landed, Ethan was in a strange place. The sky was red and the trees had black leaves. The air smelled of sulfur and the whispers persisted. He was in the Midnight Abyss, but it was no longer the same. Lucas was there, his older brother with empty eyes and a sinister smile. He reached out to Ethan, offering him the truth. But there was a price. Ethan would have to stay in the Midnight Abyss forever, trapped between worlds. He glanced back at the dark abyss. The choice was clear: truth or eternal darkness. Ethan reached for Lucas, and together they vanished into the void. The next morning, the residents of Ravenwood found the empty trail. The Midnight Abyss had swallowed another soul, and the legend lived on. Midnight Abyss.